Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Dr. Uchenna. In this video, I want to talk about building loyalty in marriage. I'll just start from the two concepts themselves. Um, Marriage, of course, is it's a transaction which, of course, we sign. Like if you want to be recognized in society by law to be married. To be legally married is a binding proposition that two parties, agree to agree to adhere to um, for the duration of their lives. Of course, not all marriages last. Some break down later on, some, for whatever reasons. So, loyalty is one of the glues that we use, to keep the marriage going. Um, it's a very expensive tool, so you can't expect it from everybody. It's not easy to maintain. It's a two-way communication thing, so both parties need to be completely involved and committed to doing it. So that's where the loyalty comes from. Of course, that's the first thing there is the commitment to keep the marriage going. The commitment to stay in that union that you have agreed to. And what does commitment mean? Commitment is an everyday practice. It's an everyday habit. So loyalty is built over time. It's founded on trust, of course. Trust and loyalty are somehow, the same. So if you have trust, if there's trust built in the marriage, then loyalty, of course, flows very easily. What loyalty says basically, is that we'll fight for each other. Um, Fighting for each other that doesn't mean that we're fighting to keep each other. No, you're not fighting to keep anybody, but you're fighting, to respect, to uphold the dignity and the value of the person um, that you are married to. So it's a vow, to keep helping, um, of course, as much as you can. So it's teamwork. It's a partnership. It's a kind of business partnership, because there's going to be income and outflow of expenses. So the two partners, need to be in agreement and in alignment with how the finances are being run in the family. Um, then so there's the commitment part of it. Um, commitment doesn't go, without listening to each other. To listen, um, like I think I've explained it in another video, it's not the same as hearing. Listening is an active participation in a discussion, and it requires you to keep quiet. It requires you to use silence to be able to listen. It requires concentration. It requires focus. Um, these are the tiny little things that build up on loyalty. So of course, first and foremost, you must have chosen somebody that you feel aligns um, with your purpose, and you yourself also align with their own purpose. So that's how it goes. There has to be an alignment, a two-way alignment between the two parties um, for the journey to even start. Now, I must say, that it's not an easy thing, it's not an easy experience because um, we take for granted that people are going to be how we imagine them to be, and that's not always the truth because the truth is that everybody's here to trigger you. Um, and when I say trigger, I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean it in a growth way. They're meant to touch those parts of you that are not yet healed, so that you can heal yourself. So just looking at human nature, we already understand that no two people are the same. We all come with our own. We are uniquely coded, to take on this life, um, the way we are, the way we are structured, and no two people think alike. We all think in different ways. We have different ways of viewing things, different because of our background and all those things. So that's the first thing you need to recognize. And if you're expecting somebody to just be, if you think loyalty is just that um, somebody submitting to whatever you're saying that they should do, then that is wrong. Um, there needs to be dialogue. Um, the dialogue comes with a commitment to understanding, um, the different positions. Then, of course, there needs to be, how do I put it? There need to be concessions that are made. So one person cannot have their way all the time. And in the case where there's a deadlock, on decision making, one person just has to let it go and allow the other person's position to be taken. And maybe next time your own position will be taken, depending on depending on who has what expertise they have in whatever area of contention it is. So yeah, that's how loyalty gets built. Listening, listening attentively to what somebody has to say, um, fighting for your partner to succeed, building them up, um, inspiring them, motivating them, um, taking your time, having patience, um, the patience to wait, the patience to forgive. Oh, forgiveness is a very big part of it. Forgiveness is very, very, very crucial because you're going to be getting on your partner's nerves all the time, most of the time, a lot of times. And they're going to be getting on your nerves too. But it's just something we have to accommodate as part of our learning. Yeah, getting on the nerves, that's what I talked about, the trigger. So they trigger you, and you learn and you learn and you learn. So it takes that kind of commitment too. Then, like I said, it's a daily practice. Um, it's a a daily commitment. Every morning you have to wake up and decide to be um, to be that trustworthy partner, to take actions that will be of value to the marriage and that will help to hold it strong and firm. And of course, not forgetting the purpose. Why did you get married in the first place? And that's something I've talked about in another video. Why do we do what we do? Why did you have to do it, or why do you want to do it? Um, yeah, but just know that you're in a contract with another soul, and it's really enjoyable in the sense of um, protection, in the sense of having a family unit where the kids are exposed to two parents, well, at least while they're alive, and the kids tend to understand and grow within a family unit that is together. So that's why we do. That's why we do the marriage. It's not for everybody. I would say it takes some mental preparation. You must have a resilient, purpose-driven mindset for you to embark on that journey. But it's fulfilling in ways that cannot really be that I don't have the time to explain on this same video. I might do a different video on the benefits that I have seen in my own marriage. And yeah, thank you for listening, and I'll be back with another video.